Hello and welcome to Sketch Together. My name is Paulo Stanley, and today we're going to be doing a simple walkthrough animation using Sketch and Flinto. We're going to learn to do it in two different ways. One that is really easy and one that is a little bit harder. The easy one is just using pagination, and the one that is a little bit harder is actually creating different transitions between artboards and creating a parallax effect. Really cool stuff. The project that we're going to be using, it's a real project from a walkthrough from the startup where I work at, which is Carbon Health. Okay, enough talking, let's get doing. So I'm here on Flinto and I'm going to preview my prototype. Let me put it at 150% just so we can see. Okay, so here we have it, and we've all seen these the indicators, like the dots indicators. So we move, and if I swipe, the elements move, and you see that parallax effect where the elements, some of them are a little bit more like the timing of the elements is different. Like some of them appear to be a little bit closer, so they move and different. The positions are different. They all land in the same place, but the positions are different from where they start. So I have it here. This is the hardest way to do it. And let me show you the easy way to do it. So open reset, and then this is using pagination. So pagination, it's the same, but it's not as rewarding. It's not the effect is not as good as the other one. And as you can see, the dots that don't really, I cannot do the interaction of the dots, sorry, the animation of the dots moving on the easy one. This one just takes me 5 minutes, and the other one takes me around 20 minutes. So let's do both. And this is going to be a video that is going to be a little bit longer, sorry, than usual, but I think you're really gonna like it. So all the files for this exercise are in the description, so just click on the description and you should be able to find those. Okay, cool. So I'm going to close Flinto, and then I have here my sketch file. Let me show you how it looks on Sketch. So I have two pages. One page where it's the easy way, and as you can see, it's just one screen. And then I have one that is like the second page that has multiple artboards. So just like multiple artboards with the different states. So let's look at the easy one. So the easy one, it looks like there's nothing there, but actually, if you see, there's an element down here. Let me just drag it outside of the artboard so you can see it. Just the artboard like crops it. So you can see all the elements are there. They're just positioned right there at the size of the artboard, multiplied by 5, and then just positioned in the center of each screen when it's moving, when it's the scrolling and pagination. So let me put it back together, and I'm going to export this to Flinto. And plugins, send to Flinto. I'm going to say automatically the text that I'm designing for an iPhone 7, scale to 100%, opens Flinto for me. Boom. So this is the easy way, guys. It's actually too easy, I will say. So I have all the graphics here. All the graphics, it's separated from the CTA and from the logo. The logo is up here. So it is here, and now I can just make this group. I can make it a scrollable here on the menu. I'm going to make it scrollable horizontally, and then I'm going to preview it. Oops, hold on, the previous over here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So as you can see, I added scrolling, but it doesn't snap, right? Because I haven't enabled paging. So let me go back here to my scrollable group, and I'm paging, I'm going to enable it. I'm going to preview again, see how it now changed. It added those separations. And now, boom, just like magic, if the size of your group is already the size of the artboard, well, multiplied by 5 and this time, then it automatically does the pagination for you. It's so easy, right? That's it. We can wrap it up and go home if you want. But as you can see, the pagination, the indicators, the dots down there, you cannot have those unless you actually do a more complicated animation. And also, I want to actually have the elements animate and when they fall and they move into the screen. So for that, we can do something different. So that's it. That's an easy way to do it. I'm going to close this. You can find this file on the description, and I'm going to go to the second page. On the second page is the same elements, but now they're separated in different artboards. That way I can create an animation, a transition between each artboard, and that way I have more control of how the elements enter the screen and how the elements exit the screen. So So, okay, I have my artboards. Everything is ready. Let me just zoom in so you can see. I even have all my dots just on the second artboard. Already the second dot is 100% and the rest are 50%. My elements are there. They're almost all the same. Let me just show you what's going on. The logo, as you can see here, just to show you what we're going to do. The logo here actually moves. Once we get into the content, it moves all the way to the top. And then the dots obviously change. And also these elements are separated. That way I have image 1 and image 2, which are these elements. And then I also have the background oval. I have it as a separate element too. And then I have my copy. So all these elements, I'm going to animate those elements on Flinto and in a way that it will create that parallax effect. Really cool. So I have all these are the same. Separated, the doctor versus the patient and the calendar. All those elements are separated and we're going to animate them on Flinto. Okay, cool. I have all of this. It's ready to go. Let's go to plugins, send to Flinto. The text that I'm working on iPhone 7 and I'm on Flinto. Let me make this screen bigger. And now that I'm here, I'm going to start adding my interactions. My interactions, I want to make the whole screen like draggable, you know, wherever I put my thumb, it's going to detect that you want to go to the next screen. So for that, I'm going to draw a link. I'm going to draw a big link here. And this link is going to take me to the second screen. I'm going to select here. This spaghetti tells me where you want to connect this interaction to. Where should it take you? So I want it to take me to screen 2. And then what kind of gesture? So tap, swipe, double tap. It should be left swipe, right? Because you are in the screen and you move to the left and then it takes you to the next one. So I'm going to select left swipe. And then here, instead of selecting one of the default transitions, I'm going to create my own transition. So new transition. Now I'm in the transition designer, okay? So the first thing that I want to do in my transition designer is I'm going to align the screens because the screens are not moving. It's the elements inside the screens that are exiting and entering the screen. Okay, cool. So I align my screens and now it looks like a mess, but don't worry, we're going to fix this. So right now we're in the start state and then on the end state. If we actually press the play button, since I haven't done anything, it looks like nothing happens, right? So let's actually make stuff happen. So I'm here on my start screen. So I want to put all my elements here. I'm going to actually select them individually, all these elements. I'm going to move them outside the screen around there. And then that's how my animation starts, right? The elements are outside. These elements are outside the screen. But not only that, I actually wanted to create the parallax effect. I want to these elements, some of them have different positions on the x axis. Axis. Okay, so for example, this guy is going to be way far. The copy is going to be way far. This guy is going to be around here. I'm not doing it exactly. It's just like doing it. I'm eyeballing this. Bear with me. Okay, so here and also I want the. Let's listen how it looks right now. They enter the screen. It's pretty subtle. Let me zoom in. It's pretty subtle, but the elements actually like have are entering at different speeds. They all have the same timing, but since they are separate, since some of them are farther away, it looks like some of them are faster than the other ones. So that's a cool trick. That way, I have all my elements have the same timing, but it's just the position between the starting and the end, they're so different that it makes them, some of them appear that they're faster. Okay, cool. So now that I'm here on the end state, I want to move away my element, the copy here. So this copy goes away. Boom, I'm going to move it away, and then I'm going to also the opacity to 0. And then also I want to connect my dots, right? Remember those dots? These dots are going to select, these ones are the same. So I'm going to put them here. Select 1 and 1. These are the same. I'm going to connect those two, and I'm going to connect element, the circle 2 and 2. This way, it starts from 50% and then, sorry, from 100% it goes to 50% and vice versa. And then these ones, since these ones don't change, I'm just going to hide them. So over here, I'm just going to hide them. And that way, see how it changes? Oh, yeah, that's cool, right? See, the elements are not, only these two elements are the ones that are connected because we're moving from screen 1 to screen 2. And we're going to be repeating a lot of these elements later, okay? So bear with me too. And something else that we want to connect is the word mark. The word mark usually starts here and then it should go up. So I'm going to connect the word mark from the start screen with the word mark of the end screen right here. I connected those two layers and now we see magic happen. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm going to move outside and actually I'm going to make the oval like it appears like it grows. What do you think about that? It grows and it comes from below. Like around there, 24 pixels, I like it. I'm going to move it, I don't know, 6 pixels, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60 pixels. Whenever I count, I don't know, I always count in my native language, which is Spanish. So whenever I'm counting, I always count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't know if you guys do that. If English is not your native language, probably whenever you count or you curse too, you will go back to your native language. Okay, cool. So there you go. We have our first animation. Oh, look at that. That looking so good. I'm so excited. We can rename this transition as whatever we want. I actually like this name, screen 1 from screen 2. It makes sense because we're not going to be reusing the transition because all the elements are so different that it makes no sense to reuse transitions. So I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to copy this this layer. This layer is the link that I drew. It acts as a layer. You can see it here on your layers list. And I'm going to paste it on my second screen. Boom, paste it. And right now it has the same, this transition is connected to the same screen. So I just want to move it back to this one. Back to this one. And then here it's the same transition. But I want to reverse it because now it's coming from here to here. Okay, so let's preview this. Oh, also, here it has to be right swipe, right? Sorry, left swipe. This should be left swipe and this should be right swipe because I'm doing right swipe to go back to the first one. So let's preview it. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's looking good. I'm loving this. Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see what's going on. Okay, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at the dots. Perfect. And now it's just a matter of doing this over and over from one screen to the other. So if you're bored, if you already got it, close this video and go ahead and start playing around with your own files because we're just going to do this over and over again between screens. But if you want to see me do it, just stay with me and let's do it together. Okay, cool. So I have this. Now I want to add another transition, right? Another gesture that takes me to screen 3, from screen 2 to screen 3. So I'm going to add another gesture. I'm going to add another gesture to the same link. And this one is going to be left swipe. And the target is going to be screen 3. There you go. And nope, none of these. I want to create a new transition. And we're doing the same again. We're lining the screens and we're moving the elements. We're connecting the elements. We're going to connect 2 and 2, 2 and 2, connect the layers, 3 and 3. And now, as you can see, now I'm connecting 2 and 3 because we're moving from 2 and 3, those screens. And then over here, I'm going to hide the ones that I don't need. I don't need you. I don't need you. Boom. So let's see, the dots are moving now. See, let's zoom in so we can see the dots. There you go. And now the word mark, it's in the same position, so I don't need to connect that. Now let's start moving our elements. So when it starts, we're moving all these elements outside. I'm going to do the same where the copy comes way from over here. The patient, this patient is probably, this patient is going to go way over here. And this patient around here, pretty separated. Yeah, there you go. So let's and now let's do the end. And now in the end, I'm going to select all of these elements. Hold on. I'm going to select all these elements. I'm going to move them outside the screen. And I'm going to do the same, but in the opposite direction. I'm going to move this guy all over here, this guy over here, and this guy over here. Let's make this circle smaller. And then on the start, let's make this circle smaller. It was 24 pixels, right? 24 pixels, 23, it's okay. 23, and then let's move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Let's preview this. Pow, pow. You see the elements moving? See that? Oh yeah, it's so subtle, right? But it's just there. It's just nice. Okay, cool. Something that I actually want to do too. Right now, the timing, it's really fast. I want it to be a little bit smoother. I don't know. I'm probably a little bit old-fashioned, but I want these animations, at least on the walkthrough. Usually I like them to be snappy, like snappy, like quick, fast. But here in the walkthrough, you want it to be nice and smooth. At least for me. This is a little bit more subjective. For me, I like it like that. So I'm going to actually select all these elements that have animations. All these elements that have animations, and I'm going to, instead of the default spring here, I'm going to use this spring, but I'm going to move them around there and really smooth. Less friction and less tension. Let's see how they move. They're too bouncy. No, hold on. Rewind. So around there. You don't want, there you go. I don't know. I like that. I like that. It's just like smooth, you know? So I'm actually going to copy this spring, this little code here, and I'm going to apply it also to my previous animation. So I'm going to go edit transition. I'm going to select all these elements that are moving, that have animations. You can see here, whenever they have this little icon here, that means that they have animations. So I'm going to select all of these elements, and I'm just going to paste the same animation here, and it's the same. See? Perfect. Now let's preview it. See, I don't know. I like it. I like it like that. Just like really, really smooth. It's, again, you don't have to do it like I'm doing it. It's, you can play around with these with the timing, and it's going to give you like way different results. It's just like it's a matter of you finding that right tone that you like. I want it smooth. You can do it snapping and fast, whatever you want. Okay, cool. So I'm going to save and exit. Now I'm going to do the same as before, where I copy this guy, paste it here. I'm going to add a gesture. I'm going to add a gesture. This one is going to be a right swipe, and the target is going to be the previous screen. And I'm going to reuse the same transition and just going to reverse it here. There you go. So now it should take me back. Oh, come on. Let's put it 150%. It's all about the previewing. It's all about the previewing. Look at this. Look how it's looking. It's looking so good, guys. Come on. Okay, cool. So we have it here. Now let's do another transition. I know it is a lot of work, right? But it's looking good. So let's do another transition. This is going to be left swipe, and it's going to take me to screen number 4. Transition, let's do a new transition. It's going to align the screens, as always. Let's connect the layers that need to be connected, 3 and 4, 3, 4 and 4, and 3 and 3. And then let's hide the ones that we don't need. We don't need these guys. Those guys are the same, so we don't need them. And I'm hiding them because the transparency between those elements is 50%. So when you put them together from one transition to the other, the 50 plus the 50% add up, and then they flash because they're put together on top of each other. So then the 50 plus the 50 becomes 100% opacity. So you don't want that to happen. So that's why I hide them when the animation starts. Okay, so now I'm going to move my elements. I'm going to move these elements outside the screen as before. And then on the end, I'm going to select the elements over here on my graphic too, and move them outside the screen. So now they're entering the screen and exiting. So now I'm going to start doing the parallax effect by moving the elements in different positions. Actually, the pill should be a little bit faster because it's closer to you, and the truck around here. There you go. And now on the end, and let's move this guy faster, this faster, and the copy way faster. And this guy just around here, just a little bit. Let's make this small. There you go. Let's get to the start. Let's make the circle small. I'm doing it too far away, right? You're like, zoom in, Pablo. We cannot see what you're doing. Ah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's preview this. Look at that. Oh my God, it's like magic. Love it. Okay, cool. So let's preview it. Let's save and exit. Hold on. Before doing anything, let me copy this layer, put it here. Then I'm going to remove these transitions. And this transition should take me back to the previous one. So I'm going to add a gesture, right swipe, and the right swipe should take me to the previous screen, which is 3, and I'm going to reuse the same transition, but in reverse. So, and then this one should be, left swipe should take me to screen 4, yeah. And right swipe should take me to screen 2. Yeah, we got it. Okay, let's preview this. Oh, yeah. Ah, dude, this is so cool, right? How cool is this? I love this. I'm really loving this. So let's do the last one, guys. We're almost finished. Okay, so from here, I'm going to add another gesture, which is the left swipe. That takes me to the last screen, screen number 5. And transition, I'm going to create a new transition. I know it gets boring after a while hearing me, but hopefully it can keep you entertained. While we're doing this together, we're aligning the screens, we're moving the elements. I think we're finished. We're almost finished. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's go over here. Let's remove these gestures. Let's add another gesture, which is right swipe. Takes me back to screen 4. Reverse this. Transition 4 to 5, but now it's reversed. Pew. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready for this? You ready for this? Hopefully I don't get a copyright infringement for my song. There you go, guys. That's it. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that boring. Come on. It's a school. Look at that. How cool is this? Okay, guys, so hopefully you learn how to connect some of the layers, how to create transitions between artboards, how to create a little bit of parallax effect and add a little bit of delight and magic to your animations. Because, yeah, animations should be functional, they should feel natural, but sometimes you just want to also bring a little smile to your users, right? Hopefully this helps you. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, all those things, and love you guys. See you on the next one.